abomination of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the...
Now it's recording. Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, so some of the shit is fucking wild, man. I spent one night. Now I ain't seen this one yet,
That's
but
fair. It's also 20 minutes, so I'm probably gonna just do a little bit of skimming to not
that's fine.
fully appropriate this video. But I mean, I love this seeing these. I watch these all the time. It's very fun for me.
Crazy. Like I've never. I mean, this terrifies me to see some of the shit that people put on the road.
Like, I mean,
you might have to turn it up a little bit because, like, they'll tell exactly what's wrong and all that. I mean, you've watched some of them before.
Yeah. Which is ain't got no clutch.
Damn.
Shit turned into peanut butter.
Yeah.
Because like it's such an extreme to get to these points.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
What the? The styrofoam cup?
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that fucking noise.
You knew it was something fucked up. That's funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Not the Mustang. Hit the curb in the middle. Oh.
Look at those rims too.
The Amazons.
Oh shit! Snap the tire.
It's a rusty piece of shit too.
I've had people do that. Come in, and I know you have too. Where they're like, oh yeah, it's shaking and needs balance, and then it's got fucking 30 pounds of dirt or mud on it.
Yeah, it's just people not washing their cars.
Holy shit.
No rockers. Ridiculous.
Yeah, there is in the home with the bungee cord.
Wow.
Looks like the one I just did, yeah.
It's not cool and dumbass.
Fuck, man.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
All the way until I got to Wisconsin is crazy. Ain't nothing.
Oh, damn,
Yeah.
You cracked the whole bell housing on it. Or was that the transfer case?
That was the transfer case.
Yeah.
Shit's, it's bad when the shit's not even connected. Hell yeah.
The strut tower is just gone, man.
Yep. It's the frame too.
Oh no.
Sweet.
Hydrolocked. Oh my god.
Or
oh,
the hose was ran to the valve cover.
That right there reminds me of what happened to Uncle Raymond's Jeep that day.
Mm-hmm.
When that piston exploded.
Yep.
Motherfucker still ran too. That was a crazy thing.
Perfect. Ooh. Not hard to do on a motorcycle. Ooh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Bushings deleted.
When it was installed without them. No.
It's the ones that get me is the repairs that people do to their vehicle. Like, oh my god.
Like that.
Yeah.
Just to make it there, man. Just to get it there. That's bold. Zip ties are God's best creation. Hell yeah.
We've seen that a lot. People putting on the lug nuts backwards.
You put the last one on right and said, I'm not fixing that.
Well, you were smart. I'll give you that.
blew out
yeah,
a
you
piston.
do.
No. Yes. Ooh.
Rack opinion. Holy shit.
It's brutal, man. Ew. That's rough. I feel like this happens when people route the hoses wrong.
Well, yeah, that's true. I've seen a lot of people, like, especially on here, where they're like, oh yeah, my husband found a vacuum hose that was up under the car, and then they connect it, like, the transmission or something, and it floods the transmission out, destroys it. And all it was like a drainage tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of cars nowadays have body drainage. Hilarious. Have body drainage tubes for like the angles and the water drainage from the body, and people will just connect those, thinking that something came disconnected.
Yep.
And then they'll be pissed when the car breaks. Ooh. Seen that before.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Oh,
that's not a wheel bearing, friend. That's way more than that.
You drove around on that for a while too.
Caught it on fire. Look how dirty it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude. He was retarded. Hang on. I gotta go back to that because this retard. Look how the bearing went bad, right? Look how close that is. He's pulling on it.
I was looking at that.
How close that is.
To that upper control arm, yeah.
That's like a 1/4 inch of movement. Your tires stick out like a 1/4 inch. I guarantee he was just look how much like tire dust is on those rims.
Well, the tire's just
and the tire's gone, obviously.
Yeah,
but like that's like too much buildup because like if all of that was from this blowing out because he's retarded. This would be wiping off pretty easily. It's been there for a minute.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I mean, you can tell he drove it around without a tire like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's half gone.
Yeah, well, those rims will typically snap too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Balls.
Oh wow.
Nice. It's probably what the Jimmy shocks look like. Ooh. No, because that gear is like $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's such like a machined piece, and it destroyed the entire coil. That's fucked. Hell yeah. What's up? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, she wet. Nice. Where's the valve cover? Nice.
Good lord.
Look at that gap. Look at that gap.
That's not the worst. Yeah, that's not the worst though.
No. No shot. Ooh.
Oh. Is that a cigarette butt
That's
in the
a
intake?
cigarette. Yeah, stuck in the intake. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, we've had those before too. Yep.
Perfect. Ooh.
Holy hell.
It's eating away at that frame. That's rough, man. Look, it's so bent.
That's wild.
No, it's still on there. I don't need it. I don't need a new rotor. It's still on there. Let's skip through this a little bit.
Yeah.
To avoid hurting. Perfect. Huh? I don't know.
What?
Ooh.
That's nasty.
He's destroying his radiator.
Yeah.
They're gonna sue him. Oh no.
What?
What is that? Oh, that's his catalytic converter liner.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ew. Not the duct. Not the duct work. I've done that before. Hey, brother.
Now, I've seen my fair share of grenade transmissions, but man,
Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
it's about $1,400 to fix, and more surprising,
You just gotta buy a new one. Yeah, he's got some gears. He's got fourth.
Jesus Christ.
He's got fourth and fifth. He made it. Look at all that fucking mess on the bottom too.
Oh, that's nothing. Like,
No, well, that's not oil. Look at that color.
yeah, we've definitely seen
That
worse
looks
than
like
that in person.
That looks like DEF. Ooh,
Oh, that
nice.
sucks.
Not in the electrical. No. New car. Dumbass.
Oh.
It's Kit Kat. That happens. There's a drive-through nearby that has like a bunch of cats in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I have to tell the lady sometimes because I'll see the cat jump up into like their wheel well with their engine bay and be like, hey, just so you know, double check your engine bay before you leave because the cat just jumped up in there.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that turbo. Oh my god.
There's nothing in there. That's perfect. The rust around the edge is telling too.
Oh yeah,
This
for
right
sure.
here.
They sent that motherfucker way too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, these videos are always great.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been have you been yard selling at all this week? It's the big 127.40 national yard sale.
I told you me and Dad went down 127 the
Yeah,
other day.
well, I wasn't sure if you guys had ended up going.
Yeah,
or
we
not.
did. I mean,
Did you get anything good?
no, I mean, like I tried to explain to him that the downside is that everybody's got Google now. So if they think they got something, I mean, yeah, you'll run into people that are still giving fair prices or negotiate.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's everyone that was around here in Greenville. At least was just like, I mean, we got a tea set, like a miniature tea set for free, just for buying like a fruit holder.
Oh, cool.
And I bought some flower pots.
Oh.
But pretty much every yard sale was like name your price. Like nobody was super gay about it.
Like
there were people selling like mini fridges and stuff.
Well-
That lady still got her yard sale up, and you probably passed it.
I had ran into a guy down in by, I think it's like Gratis, I think.
Gratis.
There was a guy selling like a bunch of like World War II stuff, Vietnam.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, remember when I texted you and I said, hey, do you need any ammo?
Yeah.
And, well, this dude was stupid high on his prices. He had Torch Judge with like a 3-inch barrel on it.
Oh, he was selling like guns.
Oh, yeah. He was selling guns, ammo,
Oh,
all that
interesting.
shit. And,
Where was he? Gratis?
yeah, down by
Interesting.
Gratis, yeah. And he was stupid high, and he didn't want to negotiate at all. It was like he had a Torch Judge here, 3-inch barrel, and it was all the metal one. It wasn't like the polymer one or anything. So just the basic one.
Right.
And he wanted like $450 for it. And I was like, you can go get a new one for that price. And then he had a Walther PPK.
Well, they're probably basically new, but also these boomers that do that and collect these guns, they
Mhm.
believe in the gun culture thing, so they're like, it's holding its value.
Well, he had that Walther PPK in 32 ACP. He wanted $750 for it. And I was like, I understand they stopped making the PPK, like, but that's a little ridiculous. And then
Yeah. Well, I thought it was crazy that dude was asking 500 for that fucking all-in-one sawhorse. He did have
Mhm.
everything for it.
the shopsmith.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is that you really have to. So
And
we got
also,
the-
he never used it. It was his dad's.
well, we got ours from a guy who rebuilds them and sells them.
Right.
and I had the same exact one of the picture that you sent me.
Yeah.
The only difference was like he gave us a ton of other like attachments that you would have to buy separately for it.
Yeah.
And like he gave us like 2 big crates of shit.
Yeah, well,
And
that's what that dude said he had. He said he had like a big like storage box full of like all the other attachments because he said he had like a circular saw.
oh,
And
it's
like a
got
big
everything
like
on it. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
And I mean,
I was like, I'm not gonna spend $500 on this, but I know somebody whose dad is like he'll throw money at shit
well,
like this. I forgot
he
that
was kind
I
of
had
high
helped
on
you.
that. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
got
mean,
ours for 375
yeah.
with all that shit, and he gave us the original manuals and shit and everything. Which I looked through it, and you definitely have to read through everything and learn how to do it because if not, you're not gonna know the very
Oh, it's
first thing to
fucked up,
do.
man.
It's crazy, but it's awesome the amount of shit that you can do on
Oh,
it.
dude, I mean, so when I was clearing out Kara's grandfather's house, which has like been their family home in Dayton for since the early 1900s,
Mhm.
I guess. House has been there since the late 1800s.
It's awesome.
Stupid old, stupid old. We found a 45 star flag that the house they hung on the house prior to 1913.
Really.
The house existed before the 1913 flood, the Great Flood, and
Mhm.
they have the line of the flood.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, at least you got a few things out of it, some heirlooms and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm always down for saving old shit like
Oh, of
that.
course, I am as well.
Yeah, the we had to go down into like the cellar basement to get all this stuff out. We filled up like a 20-foot dumpster crate,
I remember you
a
telling me
street
that last
dumpster.
night.
Dude, we threw away like 10 boxes of like mason jars. I kept a couple mason jars because they're like old ass jars, but
Mm.
like dude, her uncles are retarded because they think that like those mason jars can be sold just because they're vintage, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, we had that issue with when Bo moved in across the street and Margaret had all that stuff up under the trailer. Same exact scenario, and it was
it's
like,
old as hell. I could sell this for $20
well,
a piece.
there was somebody else that was around, but it wasn't Bo. It was one of our other neighbors, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can sell those Ball brand mason jars that are fucking old as shit in the original box." He's like, "Oh yeah, you can get good money out of those and everything." And me and Bo were like, "No, you can't. Not
You can
for
wash them and use them yourself, which is what I'm gonna do with mine.
yeah." And I was like, "No, there's not for a fucking mason jar. Like
No,
no."
people collect them and put like beans in them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna clean. I took like 5, and they're the ones that have like the wires around them and stuff. They're the old style ones, like all glass lids and all that. I'm gonna run them through the fucking dishwasher,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna use some of them to store like fucking rice or flour or something wild. And then some of them I'm gonna use to when I make my homemade spaghetti sauce. I'm gonna use the mason jars to store my spaghetti sauce that I make at home.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, the only thing that you got to do with the old ones, you can't use the lids obviously in the seals. I mean, they have to be replaced, but those are like next to nothing.
Yeah,
I
well, I mean,
mean,
I'm gonna just I mean, I'm not gonna try to seal anything crazy. I'm just gonna clean the old rubber seals off and then use the glass seals and then be fine
well,
with that.
with you having a garden and everything and growing your own stuff, it'd probably be a bad idea for you to get a
I want
canning
to,
kit, a canning
so
kit.
I'm going to, because mason jars are fucking 50 cents a piece at Walmart.
Hmm.
Fun fact, old people that don't know what prices are. I can't sell 100-year-old mason jars for more than I can go buy brand new mason jars that are made almost the
Yep,
exact same way.
exactly. Well, I know Grandpa said I think
But
he did.
I do know the basics of canning. My mom used to do canning. We
Yeah.
used to make our own wine. Like we made cherry wine
Hmm.
that we let ferment for a year and then we tried. And I mean, it was good.
Well, I know Grandpa. I think he said that he was done like canning stuff from now on
Yeah, if he's got
because
stuff, I'll take it,
I
dude.
mean I'll ask him when I go over there because they got back today, so I'm gonna stop over there when I leave here.
Yeah, I want if he doesn't want any money for that banjo, I'll take it because I would love to learn how to play the banjo.
Okay.
And if he wants a little bit of money for it, I'll give him a little bit of money for it. But if I'm not gonna give him like $100 for an old
Wait,
banjo.
banjo.
He's got a banjo. Then he got an old banjo.
I know.
I swear to
Mom's
God,
dad
he's,
does.
maybe. I swear to God, he's told me about a banjo.
I know mom's dad, got one.
Maybe.
And
I'm in the market for a banjo, just for shits and giggles.
I mean,
They're fun.
I can ask mom today and see if they still got it. I don't know if he'll come up off it, but we'll try.
Probably not, but ask him. Tell him I'll give him like $50 for it.
Yeah. I know I am.
He's Jewish enough to be like $50.
Yeah. I know I am.
I'm fucking
Especially when
exhausted.
I
man.
am too. I'm running on fumes, man. Like being at the hospital and everything else, and that doctor in the ER was like, if it was my choice, he's like, I would put that tube back in his stomach. He's like, but that's his digestive specialist call, and I'm like, this is what we've been trying to get him to do because it'll probably cut back so much.
Probably.
You
But
know.
also, I mean, your dad doesn't have the healthiest diet.
Well, that's the whole point, is to where that they do it to where it improves lifestyle of it. Where
I know, but they're also thinking from like a super medical standpoint, where I think a lot of your dad's health problems are exacerbated by his consumption habits.
could be. I mean,
Which is most people. I mean, most
Yeah.
people, especially when they're on heavy amounts of like painkillers and whatnot, they end up just abusing like sugar and
the
bad
doctor
foods.
told us, he's like, this is the downside. He's like, when the disease that he's got goes into bad flare-ups, he's like, when people have it for an extended period of time, and he's like, and it gets worse.
Right.
And he's like, it's a nightmare to deal with. Like, the doctor was sitting there telling me all that, and he's like, I don't doubt, he's like, that is so fucking painful.
Yeah, he's essentially telling you that it's just only going to get shittier, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But
And that's why he said that, well, if it was my choice, he said I would put the tube back in because, for one, it would help them if he goes to the emergency room.
yeah,
Because they
true.
can access everything from that port.
Yeah.
And then, but the digestive specialist has been dragging their feet so bad. I've had to argue with them so many times.
I believe
mean, because they act like they don't want to do nothing. And like a lot of these doctors nowadays, it fucking pisses me off. It really does.
I believe it, but I'm at the end of the day, like, I'm not surprised that they're like this at all. Because, I mean,
Like,
their job at the end of the day, we said it a billion times, but their job at the end of the day is to just sell stuff.
yeah, you're right. And I just, it's a nightmare with dealing with any of it. And like, even for myself, me trying to get shit approved on my end for my health and everything is a nightmare, just trying to deal with these doctors.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
I hate dealing. I do like a yearly checkup, and even with dealing with that, I'm like, this is the biggest annoyance on the planet. But I'm
Yeah.
also going through a VA hospital.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
true.
sucks cock.
But based off what I had seen
It's
taking
just the
care of
DMV,
Grandpa,
but they're in their scrubs.
I mean, I can say at least that they've gotten better. I mean, from based off from what I've dealt with Grandpa, taking him and everything, they've gotten better the past couple of years, but they're still pretty shitty though.
Yeah, after we do this, I'll show you the Korean War era dress uniforms I got from her grandfather.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen
Pretty crazy.
part of that in that picture. Yeah.
So what's crazy, right, is he's got the blues from when they switched from the World War IIs from the green. So he's got the greens and the blues.
Oh, that's cool.
So he got like the transfer from them doing the World War II era to doing the Civil War remembrance era, because they did that during the Korean and Vietnam Wars.
Oh, that's awesome. That really is.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I had seen like one of the pictures that you had sent me last night, and I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he was a staff sergeant. He never deployed anywhere. I guess the story is that he was supposed to deploy, and then when they got to like his final check for like all of his equipment, he was missing like his glasses or something, and they were like, well, all right, you're not gonna ship out today for Korea, but like go get your shit situated. And then they just never sent anybody else from his unit, which was Old Ironsides, which is crazy. It's like a Texas unit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty
I-
wild. And they're the old canvas and wool uniforms, so they smell like weird shit. So I'm gonna go get them dry cleaned and pressed. And since there's two of them, I'm gonna put both of them in shadow boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kara's cousins, who own the house in part with her aunt because their mom was the aunt that passed away.
Yeah.
So they own 50% of the house. So I'm gonna give them the green World War II era uniform once it's in a shadow box and it's pressed and all that stuff.
Oh, I bet they would like that a lot.
Oh yeah, they're her cousin Carmichael, who's like a super chill dude. He's like my age. He asked for the green one because I told him I was gonna shadow box him, and I showed him how I did my shadow box, and I was like, I'll do this with the clothes. It'll look like this.
It's kind of like what I did with Dad's. I mean, I took like all his badges that he had and
Yeah.
patches and put it in and made a shadow box a long time ago. Like, turned out really good. But I love it when people do shadow boxes like that. To preserve.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I have
stuff.
those Washington D.C. memorial plates that he got at some point. So I have copies of two of the designs. So what I'll end up doing with the shadow box is I'll put one of each plate after I run some like tin wash and like metal polish over them. I'll put each one of those plates because they're both sets. I'll put matching sets in each shadow box with each uniform.
Hell
So,
yeah.
and then the second one, the blue uniform, I'm gonna give to Kara's dad as a Christmas gift.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
curious to
pretty
see
sweet.
how they turn out. I feel
Oh
like that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
This week at some point, I'm gonna run them up to the one of the dry cleaners outside Right Pat
Mhm.
that are good with uniforms. So I'm gonna have them clean it and press it, and then I'll just order some boxes from Amazon.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how everything turns out. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm creative enough to build like a little nice thing.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And depending on how many parts of the uniforms I have, which I don't think is that many, I think I have like a tie and a belt and like a couple of shirts along with the dress jackets and pants.
Mhm.
But if I could get my hands on like an old hat from that era, I'm gonna look online and see if I can get like the matching hats for a decent price. And
Try to
then,
do the entire uniform itself.
yeah, I'll see if I can get the whole thing. And I don't know any of his medals or anything, but I'll ask somebody in their family
I was
if
gonna
they
say you
know.
should be able to pull it up online and get a listing.
Maybe. I know his name, so probably.
Mhm.
Let's see if he got any. He didn't deploy, so I doubt he has anything crazy. But if I can, at minimum, put like his service medal, the service ribbons on his uniform, I will, just to have them.
Yeah, I really think that her family will like it when you get everything done.
Oh yeah, I think it's cool, and her cousin will be all about it. Because he's like I said, he's my age. I think he's the youngest, like fully adult cousin. They have like another generation that's like teenagers and younger kids.
Mhm.
But and I mean, and he owns that house now, and he was helping. He was there. Him and his brother were there while we were cleaning it out, and then their mom's buried at the big cemetery in Dayton,
Mhm.
the big one on the hill that overlooks the whole city.
Yeah,
That's where her grandparents are buried as well. That Catholic cemetery.
it's a nice place. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
No.
She didn't do like a traditional headstone. She did one of the urn entombments that they have on those walls where they put all the urns in like little cubbies behind like a piece of granite.
Mhm.
She did one of those, which at some point Kara and I are going to go up there because they do like a custom laser engraving thing for it, and it's not ready for around the time that you do the funeral ceremony. There's like a cross in place.
Yeah, they still haven't even poured the concrete for Raymond's headstone yet,
Yeah, I believe that.
and because they were supposed to have it done by Memorial Day,
Yeah.
and
I'm
that,
sure. I'm sure part of that is that someone hasn't paid.
well, I was gonna say, I meant Grandpa and them. They made sure that everything has been paid for, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I meant,
I'm surprised they didn't do it beforehand with like how long he had cancer.
yeah, I think they didn't because it was more along the lines of like, I don't know why my family feels this way, but they feel like when they do things like that, it's like almost a little bit morbid, I guess. And
Expecting death,
yeah, I guess
preparing for death in any way is looked upon as morbid, which I
um,
guess is like the vague Christian influence in your family.
Yeah, I mean, mine, like, I've
Because
heard.
your family hasn't been like very churchy for a while.
Yeah, and I know, like, Grandpa would go all the time, but,
Yeah, I
with
think
him
your
not
grandpa's
being.
the only one, really. Like, because your mom's grandparents weren't very churchy, except for your
No.
grandma, maybe. She
They,
was religious, not churchy.
yeah, but
She was spiritual.
she she just didn't like going to a lot of these churches, especially the way that they treat people.
Yeah,
And
well, I mean, down in Dayton, like most of the churches down there are poor people churches, and nobody likes poor people church.
yeah, well, it's just so fucking judgmental. And
Crabs in a bucket, man. That's Dayton, baby. Crabs in a bucket. That
well,
should be our logo.
yeah, it should.
Which I was thinking, cause I'm gonna start doing not publicity stunts, but when we go to skate parks that are fine with tagging, I'm gonna start tagging our podcast name,
Oh,
like
okay.
with spray paint, just
Yeah.
to try to do like local promotion.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
this
that'd
is
be
kind of like
cool.
a Dayton podcast. This is a homegrown
You know,
thing. Because at the end of the day, we are just two hood rats from Dayton that I at least moved out of Dayton because it's super cheap to live out here, and I don't want to pay Montgomery County taxes.
I don't blame you on that.
If I
sense.
could fix the tax system, I would love to live in Dayton proper. Because Dayton proper is a beautiful city.
Oh
It
yeah.
has so much potential. It
Mm.
used to be a gem city. That's why it has the name. It used to be like the city used to be like Chicago in the sense that like it was a hub and it was a beautifully
Oh, of
designed
course,
hub.
yeah. But I mean, it obviously went downhill
If I had
past 30 years or more.
if I had the balls to get into politics, I would love to run for office in the sense that like I can start reforming policies and getting these properties turned around and cleaned up because the problem with a lot of Dayton is that like it's just empty bullshit that companies are buying up and turning into um these fucking shitty apartment complexes and or Section 8 housing or luxury apartment complexes.
Yeah, the Section 8 bullshit is getting out of hand.
And these
I
people with
mean,
the Section 8 housing, they're not even paying taxes to the city, so the city's losing money.
well, I mean, they're buying up all these, apartment complexes, especially like in the nicer areas, and then listing it as a Section 8, and then obviously it goes downhill from there.
I mean, that's what
And
they haven't listed the park as a Section 8 yet, have
fuck
they?
no, they ain't, and they won't.
They won't because of the
So
senior level, but here in like 10 years, if things continue down this path in 10 years, they'll be like, "Oh, it's only like 30% old people there now."
well, I guess the company that owns it. I mean, I don't really care for them, but they're based out of Colorado, and I guess that we still get a newsletter like every month that explains like what's going on and everything like that.
Right.
But that was brought up a while ago.
Yeah, of them
And
turning some of it into Section 8.
and they
It's so stupid because there's like 5 different trailer parks within like 5 miles that are Section
Yep,
8, so you
and
don't need more.
they specifically said that they will never turn that into Section 8 housing, which
What I
thank
would
God.
what I would
But
what I would love to do, right, is to take 3rd Street right where it turns into Drexel, that little strip that's so pretty and
Mhm.
it looks like somebody took a Sweetheart America like Main Street like for
Yep.
a small town and then they turned it into like modern day Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like shit now, but it has so much potential and it used to look really pretty.
Well, they did.
I would love to redesign that whole area.
They redid a lot of the houses down there. where
I
you're
know they've been
talking
working
about, like,
on that, but
recently.
I mean like the actual 3rd Street, like right
But-
across where you cross the bridge.
Oh yeah.
And it's that little, it's supposed to be a little commercial strip, and then it's
Mhm.
like mostly Metro PCSs and like a Church's Chicken and
Ye-
bullshit.
Yeah, that right there. It was so nice when they first did it, and then they thought they were going to add more to it, and then they didn't.
Yeah, I would love to like go to the city of Dayton and just redesign like certain parts of the cities without like altering the architecture in any way, but just do the urban updating to make the city actually look good again,
Well-
which they've been doing slowly in some areas. Like Main Street, like actual Main Street right now looks really good. Like right where you come across the bridge
Mhm.
and they have like all the statues and stuff on Main Street. It
Yeah.
looks really good right
Like
now.
where the Art Institute's at, and the
Yeah,
Masonic
right next to
Lodge
the
and all that.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all that looks beautiful. It looks great. And then right next to that is the Schuster Center, which is a gigantic eyesore because they've covered the entire theater of the Schuster Center with that stupid glass paneling.
Mm-hmm.
That I understand it like limits the amount of maintenance that you have to do on buildings and stuff. We need the jobs.
Yeah.
We need the jobs. Get motherfuckers up there with toothbrushes, scrubbing all the artwork and all the sculptures and all the fucking, like, every concrete detail that's underneath all these panels on the buildings in Dayton, because you see it on some of the buildings in Dayton where they did all this Gothic architecture and all this new form architecture when they were building the skyscrapers, because they were building beautiful buildings.
Of course.
And the buildings that haven't been completely redesigned and like it's just hidden underneath paneling, the paneling needs to be removed, I think, for a revival of the city.
Well, that's what they tried to do with like the Dayton Arcade down there.
Yeah, I understand. But like, my thing is they're not doing it the right way.
No, they're not doing it the right way. Like Trotwood is a very good example. They're trying to put all this money. Of course, they raised taxes the past 10 years, every year for the last 10 years. And
they're pouring money basically into committees that are wasting the money.
Yeah, and then they're trying to put all this shit into Trotwood. You know, Trotwood used to be so nice. Like, it had its own, like, it was so nice and popular there.
It had its own mall.
It had its own mall, the Salem Mall, which I fucking miss Salem Mall. And they had Best Buy, Circuit City, Walmart, Target, Cub Food, Kroger.
I remember the only thing they have now is the Home Depot, and they're going to get rid of that.
They got Lowe's, they got Home Depot there, and that's about it.
They got McDonald's, where everybody there is mean because they get robbed.
Yep, and then all you've got there is like Dollar Generals and Family Dollars, and they're trying to put all this money into it. Well, they're like, oh yeah, we want to do the city nice, and we want to do this, and then they go ahead, and I found out the other day that now they're putting a fucking AI data center right down the street from Mom's house. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. And
I believe it.
It's right there at Little Richmond and 49 on the connector. And because I guess a lot of people got involved, and they went to like the city hall meeting and everything that they do once a month, and people were fucking pissed because they didn't vote for that to get in there, and they were like, no, we need it fucking removed.
Yeah, put a grocery store.
Exactly. And that area is so good for like factories that they could put in there, like small factories and all that.
Well, see, also that's what Dayton proper should have in the warehouse district, because we don't use the river for transport anymore, and most of the railroads have been like shut down for other reasons like expansion and whatnot. So we need to take the warehouse district and turn that into production.
I agree.
Because what do you think that we could produce here in Dayton that's locally sourced in Ohio? We could do. I mean, we have 1 billion rock quarries. We have tons of natural minerals that we just
look at
don't exploit properly.
We got one right here in Lewisburg. It's what Wysong quarry over there, and
you got the one right outside
they've been
Yellow
there
Springs
for a long time.
That one right outside Yellow Springs. But like this is a massive agriculture state.
Yeah,
we should be, instead of I mean, there's like ethanol. There's an ethanol factory here in Greenville. Where does that ethanol go? I could be wrong. I don't think it's sold here in the United States.
Yeah.
Our cattle isn't sold here in the United States. The cattle that we grow here in Ohio isn't sold in the United States. It's sold overseas. We import cattle to the United States.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is.
I explained this to Kara the other day. It's wild.
It is.
But it's one of those things where like we should stop doing that. We should stop wasting money from every city to send it to some state program for education that's not working, because our literacy rates are below 5% at this point. Like true literacy. Like even you and I are not truly literate because our school system sucked ass. You went to Meadowdale for your entire school career. I jumped schools.
I went to Vandalia.
Oh, well, yeah, true.
But
you went to Meadowdale for like your core schooling.
For about half of it, about half. And then
and then you went to a decent school, which was like a fish out of water. Completely different. everything.
But my problem was that I just got fucking. It wasn't that they weren't teaching the proper stuff, because at the time they were. And this is before they started changing all the curriculum and everything. I mean, like now.
I came into school and I learned like the first couple years of like the old stuff, and then they switched everything while I was doing school. And I also jumped a lot of schools because my family moved a lot. So
Yeah.
I was just getting butt fucked by the education system.
Like mine was.
And I'm not retarded. Like, I'm decently intelligent.
I went up to my sophomore year at Vandalia, and then I left from there. Well, I didn't leave. Obviously, we talked about that before, but
Yeah.
I got removed from there, and then I did homeschooling from
Which I've done a little
ECOT,
bit. I did
and that was
the
worst
K-12.
decision I ever
ECOT
did.
sucked ass.
I mean,
I know so many people that went to ECOT and they all hated it.
I got so fucking bored, and I never did anything, and then
that's what K-12 was like.
And that's
I ended up figuring out the password for my grade checking that my parents were supposed to do, and I just did all my own shit and bullshitted like a whole year of school on homeschool.
Well, then I went to Life Skills down in downtown Dayton and tried to finish it out, and then I got so fucking bored with the curriculum that they were doing that I eventually was like, at that point I was taking care of my family, I was going through rehab, I was doing everything else, and I'm like, I can't fucking do all this at once, and I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my GED and be done. So, and then,
well, you remember when I took my GED, because I had never. Two. We'll see if that's still working. I think it's still working. That's funny. But because I never graduated high school, I dropped out because I was working a morning job and like an afternoon job when I was still 17, but I was living on my own. And then by the time I rolled around to being 18, they had already been threatening me with like truancy, and I was like, well, I just turned 18, so you can't threaten me with truancy. And I told the guidance counselor straight up, I was like, I know you want my test scores for like the state testing. I know you want those like as a school. It'll make you look good.
I fucking remember going through that. Oh my god.
Well, I brought it up because I was not retarded. And I told them, but like I can't do this bullshit. Like I have to be here for half a day. Like, no, I work in the morning that you want me to be here. I also work in the afternoon. So like I can pick a day once a week to come in and just bust stuff out for you. Just to get my fucking graduation. And they were like, no, you have to come in like at least 12 hours a week. And I was like, no.
Well, when I was at Life Skills, I was,
and then the
18.
Army paid for me to get my tests. Yeah. And I scored like the highest GED test.
And well, that's what happened with me was like I went to Life Skills, and when I was there, when I went to ECOT, they had,
the lady was like,
I had taken all my tests at Vandalia Butler for the Ohio State test, whatever, for graduation, that you got to take before I was it OST, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I remember.
And I took those when I was at Vandalia.
Ohio State assessment.
Yeah,
test.
I took it early, and I had gotten so fucking high on it that I guess when they had removed me from there and I went to ECOT sent me a bunch of shit. They were like, here's a fucking certificate. They even give me like $100 gift card for like getting those scores. And I remember
because they got to claim that shit.
Yeah, and then Vandalia called me because at that point I was in my senior year at that point.
They were pissed. They wanted that
they were
test
like,
score.
hey, do you want to come back? We're going to go ahead and we're going to just wipe your record on that, and you can come back after a fresh start. Just finish out the rest of the year. And I'm like, no, I know what you guys are doing. And I'm like, no.
There's at one of my high schools, there's like a clear pattern where I was attending high school, and the test scores were like for that school were getting like state recognition. And then my senior year, when I dropped out, they didn't get the recognition for the test scores that year, which I thought was very funny. Because I was extremely good at taking tests. I'm not necessarily like a really smart guy. I was just really good at multiple choice tests, especially, and then explaining an answer in the way that like the test wants you to explain it.
Yeah.
It's the same way you take like the Walmart eligibility test. Like you know what they're asking, so you know the answer they want to hear, even though the way you would answer is differently.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would smash these state tests and all this stuff, and I'd get put in all these advanced placement classes. And I was a dog shit student. I would never do homework, but I would smash every single test I took because they just clicked in my brain. That was my tism.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would make some of these like actually hardworking, like gifted kids spin out pretty hard. Because they would be working so hard. They would have the highlighted, color-coded study notes and binders as thick as their fucking skull. And I would be sitting there with no books, didn't even use a locker. Fucking rolling into class, high as hell. Sleeping for most of the class unless it was a test day. And I made like people like genuinely, like our valedictorian for my senior year genuinely spazzed on me the year prior. Because I was sleeping through an AP English class that was work at your own pace, and I busted out everything for the whole year in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So I gave myself a second free period until I dropped out. So I was like, let's go, dude. Let's go. So I was just sleeping for like the first 2.5 hours I was at school every day.
Yeah.
And this kid spazzed on me. And the teacher came to my defense because I was one of the higher scoring students. I consistently placed like top 3, if not top, for depending on the test. I didn't give a fuck about math whatsoever. And my math teacher was my track coach, and he knew I didn't give a fuck about his class, so he would get back at me during track practice.
It's ridiculous.
It's petty. He was like a 5'3". He was a short king.
Mhm.
He had like 2-foot legs, so he would take like big Napoleon steps when he would walk. He would like goose step. It was hilarious. It was goofy as fuck. But yeah.
Well, I know.
I would love to change the way Dayton is, and if I'm ever given the ability to, I will try.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's what this podcast will be one day. If
Yeah.
you get us to 1,000 subscribers on Patreon, we'll use that money to clear out the homeless forcefully.
Yeah.
All right, we're exhausted. Have a good day.
Have a good time, guys. Bye.
When the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working